Who are you?
Hi, I'm Tony Goda, co-founder and CEO of Bitcasa.
And what do you guys do? I heard all about you at Techcrunch Disrupt, but
so we make it so that consumers never have to worry about their data ever again. We manage it. We make sure you never run out of space. We keep everything safe and secure. We just take the pain out of keeping track of your photos and memories.
And so, why do we need you instead of like Dropbox or instead of a bunch of Seagate hard drives sitting on the desk over there like that?
Well, that's a great question. So the current model is that you save your data on your local hard drive, and if something happens to that PC or to the device that you saved it to, your data is gone unless you're using some backup servers. So what we do is we actually, instead of taking your data and copying it up to the cloud and synchronize it across all your devices, we literally take the cloud and we integrate into the operating system itself. So your device is no longer just a place where your data is stored. It's actually a portal into this infinite space where all your data is safe and secure.
Okay. So I'm a weird one. I do a lot of video. I have probably, I don't know, 10 terabytes worth of video.
Yeah.
How can I back all that up into your system?
Absolutely. So you're one of those 0.5% that have a ton of unique data, and we love guys like you because there's a ton of guys that don't have that much data. So from our perspective, we're scaling our system so that we can accommodate both, but it works with either one.
And how much does this cost for like 10 terabytes of data?
It's only $10 a month, infinite storage. We don't meter anything. We don't keep track of anything. Absolutely.
How can you afford to do that?
So companies have been doing unlimited.
10 terabytes of hard drives in a data center somewhere.
Well,
costs more than $10 a month.
For us, for unique data, it may, but for most people don't have 10 terabytes of unique storage. I mean, we're going. Our model is that we accommodate everyone, and there's people that are going to have a ton of data and people that don't, so it all evens out in the end for us.
Okay, so it's a lot of averages. Hopefully a lot fewer people like Robert Scoble show up than more people like my dad show up.
Yeah, all right, exactly.
He only has maybe a couple hundred bits.
right, exactly. But most people have like documents and stuff like that. So just think about how many documents you write on a daily basis, and those are very small, so they compress really well. They stream really well through the internet. So we're not too concerned about it.
Yeah. So why you instead of Dropbox or Carbonite? I know that there's several backup systems for hard drives. So.
Well, I think those are great systems, and we're literally just kind of changing the conversation. We're not doing backup or synchronization. We're moving the storage from your local system to the cloud. So it's no longer, hey, I need to copy it everywhere so that I can access it when I need it. It's going to be streamed in real time as you need it on demand. And actually, we're smarter than that. What we do is we actually stream the data before you actually need it based on your access patterns on the desktop.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, my access patterns are weird because I'll use a video file inside Final Cut Pro.
Yep.
Now, would I pull that off the cloud, and would it be fast that first time? Or
so if you're editing video, well, it'll learn your access patterns. If you're editing the same video over and over again, then you won't have any issues. But if you're editing, let's say for instance you're creating a new video and you're saving it to your Bitcasa drive or folder, it'll figure it out over time. But the first couple times it may be a little bit slower than what you're used to. But that's not it's nothing that the average user will ever notice.
Very cool.
Because if you think about it, so so you can instrument how fast the network is. So you can look at the local hard drive and open a file, and it takes a little bit more time than what it would for it to go over the network. But as a human, you can't tell the difference between 10 milliseconds and maybe 100 milliseconds, right? That's something we can't do, but we can instrument the difference. So that's one of the things that we've learned.
Okay, cool. Can you show me what it looks like?
Absolutely.
And by the way, you're announcing some stuff, right? So what's the new stuff that you're announcing?
So we're coming out of beta soon. We've got some interesting features that I'm going to show you today that are just amazing
cool.
within the product. You're the first to see these things.
Oh, thank you so much.
so here you have your Bitcasa. It's actually really simple. You literally download the Bitcasa program, you install it. I've already signed up, so I'm just going to log in.
And it works, I assume, on Mac and Windows. Does it work on Linux as well?
It does work on Linux. We're actually working on Windows today, but it's we're really close, so we're gonna get a lot of people excited about
so
that.
Mac only today.
Yep.
All right.
So you click to log in, and this is just like any web-based application. So what happens is that your virtual folders show up based on wherever you log in. So if you, like for instance, if I were to log on your computer, all my folders would show up on your computer. It's literally in the operating system. So there's no new UI you have to learn. So I mean, the demo is actually going to be quite simple because it's hidden behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So you'll look here, you've got your first time welcome to Bitcasa. It tells you, hey, this is great. And here you have the different options for virtualizing folders that are on your desktop. So we give you a head start in getting your data out to the cloud. So we've already got some stuff up there. So you know, one of the great things about Bitcasa is that any folder that's on your desktop that you actually want to move to the cloud, you just right click and say Cloudify, and that will take the data, move it up to the cloud, but keep the folder exactly where it is today. So it's really simple.
Okay.
And there, that's it. So we're done. We're ready.
So while the folder is getting cloudified, like my video folder,
yep,
do I still have access to it?
Absolutely.
And do I have a sense of, is that on my local drive now, or is it on the cloud? Does it change anything?
What it does is that it intelligently figures out all the things that you don't use on a regular basis, and it sends those up to the cloud. So that's how we're able to give you infinite storage, because we're moving all your data from where it is today to the cloud, but we're still making it available and accessible in real time. So to you, it all looks exactly the same as it did before, but the system's actually working behind the scenes to get it before you need it and make sure that it's available when you do.
Now, what happens if I cloudify a folder of PowerPoint documents and I'm on a plane like United and have Wi-Fi and
so
yeah, hold on a second. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
What if I don't have the ability to get access to it because I'm on United or something without Wi-Fi on the plane?
So the system's actually really smart. You know, it tries to determine the things that you do use on a regular basis, and it keeps it local. But for the times that it's, you know, you're just being a wild and crazy guy that day, you know, what you can do is that before you get on the plane, you can say pin local, and it'll download into the cache, so it's available whether you're online or offline.
Okay.
Yep.
So you just have to know, hey, I'm going to be working on a weird PowerPoint that I haven't worked on for a couple of years, that I better put local.
Exactly. And actually, so I flew down to San Diego, you know, a couple of days ago. Every flight that I've been on, you know, has Wi-Fi. I mean, I have to literally go find
United.
You can't. You can't.
You know, you're flying Delta. Delta has 100% Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah. Well, you know,
yeah. You got to fly United to have the real life experience of no Wi-Fi. Actually, I was on a flight this week that had Wi-Fi, but it's only the New York to JFK route.
Oh, okay. But and that's the great thing that, you know, that's happened. So the great thing about this is that in the past, you know, 3 or 4 years, a bunch of things have happened that have never happened in the past. Number one is that broadband is absolutely everywhere. Everyone at home has broadband. There's no more dial-up, right? That whole thing is gone. The second thing is Wi-Fi availability. Everywhere you go, your coffee shops, you know, at most places, you know, even in Mountain View, we have free Google Wi-Fi. So you being disconnected is actually an anomaly now. So
it is getting better. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So here we have.
By the way, I usually use a Verizon Wi-Fi hotspot, and it's not the speediest thing in the world. You know, if I wanted to pull down one of those video files, that would probably be something I'd want to do on Wi-Fi. So
the band is, as long as the bandwidth supports it. Actually, I walk around with a Sprint, you know, MiFi, you know, little thing, and every time I do a demo, I just pull that out. It works great. I never have any issues with it. So I mean, bandwidth is phenomenal nowadays.
What about security? How do I know you're not looking at my private take over the world plans and PowerPoint?
So that's a great.
A lot of business people care about that, right?
So that's a great question. I love this question. So we actually encrypt everything on the client side. So all your data is encrypted before it ever accesses our servers. So anyone, if we were to get a subpoena from someone, or someone were to try to hack into us, they'd only get encrypted data. We as a company can never access your data for any reason. We don't know the names of the files. We don't know anything at all. So you're completely safe.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
So that's another great question. I can't show you source code, but we're actually thinking about doing some third-party audits to kind of get some certification, so that, you know, besides us, you know, saying, hey, here, you know, open sourcing everything that we have, which is something we can't do, but you know what we can do is get some people to say, hey, we've looked at it, this is good, we trust these guys. Yeah. My background is at MasterCard. I mean, I've come from a high security environment. You know, one of our other co-founders, Kevin Blackham, worked at Mosey, another great, you know, environment, and you know, other co-founder Joel Andron worked at VeriSign. So we're guys that have security backgrounds. We understand how this stuff works.
Very cool. So what are you showing me now?
So this is actually it. This is as interesting, you know, as it gets, because it's in the operating system. So here's a folder that's virtualized. None of this stuff actually exists locally, but as you can see, it looks just like every other folder that's there.
Yeah.
This is Bitcasa. It's in the OS. So you know, one of the things you talked about was your PowerPoint. You know, how does that work? Well, it's actually really easy. So
just pops up.
it just pops up. This is the way.
Of course, we're on fast Comcast and fast Wi-Fi, right?
So and that's true. But remember, that most of the files are really small. So even on like we talked about the Sprint wireless thing, it works really well. So
yeah.
So here's an image, just really simple stuff.
I'm going to turn this on this afternoon. I have lots of hard drives. By the way, that's a good question. I have stack and stack of hard drive of video files that are backed up on another hard drive over at Rocky's house.
Yep.
So I have to hook those things up a couple at a time, or do I just let it run for a week and just upload all of my video files?
So this is something. It's not in the beta today, but this is something we're working on, where you literally take your drive, you plug it in, and we'll make it look like that drive is always there. So you'll just have that. Everything's there. You don't have to drag it onto your desktop and then cloudify it. Literally, you right click on the drive and say cloudify this, and it's always available.
No, wait a second. So I hook up like that hard drive over there, which isn't hooked up to anything. I cloudify it. Wait I don't know how
for the
long.
upload.
Does it tell you that the upload's done?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I can unhook that hard drive.
And it looks like it's always connected.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So remember,
that's awesome. And by the way, that probably will work when I get a new computer, right?
Absolutely.
So all my hard drives will reappear when I add Bitcasa?
You have profiles, right? So what you have the ability is to like go to work and cloudify folders and just say work profile when you get home, and all the folders that you cloudified at work show up on your desktop.
Every IT person just started hating.
Yeah. Well, let's try it the other way, right? So when you go home, all your photos that you want can show up on your work computer. But that's how simple this is. We want to make it so that you no longer have to worry about where your data is, but you can access it instantly from anywhere.
I bet at the CIA you're not allowed.
Ace will know soon.
I bet you're gonna be blocked in certain areas because you could steal a lot of data that way, right?
Well, I mean, so I'm sure some IT guy's gonna say, hey, this is not allowed, but we're working on some things to make it interesting. So I mean, our goal is to make it so that you as a user don't have to worry about this stuff. Why have to carry around a bunch of hard drives? Why do we have to do that?
Yeah.
Why not just make it so that it's just available? That's our goal.
Yeah. $10 a month, huh?
Why not? Yeah. Why would I give you a meter where most people don't even know what a gigabyte is.
Yeah.
Right? We can do it. The technology's here.
Yeah.
It's the future.
How are you guys funded?
We've raised $1.5 million from Andreessen Horowitz, from Pellion Venture Partners, from Crunch Fund, and also First Round Capital.
You're gonna need more after I upload my files.
So those are great problems to have.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really excited. We've got tons and tons of people really excited about the product. I mean, it's a really good time.
Yeah. Very cool. Anything else that we need to cover? I think we've covered quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's really simple. I mean, like I said, it's just...
You just get Bitcasa, works on Mac today, Windows soon.
Yep.
Linux coming soon. What about mobile? iPhone, iPad?
There's something exciting coming.
All right.
Let me just say that.
Okay.
Really
couple
exciting.
months away? 6 months away? Year away?
Something much less than 6 months, but something amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to be on the beta for that. So.
Not a problem. We can take care of it.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Great stuff.
Excellent. Thank you.
By the way, where do we find you?
www.bitcasa.com.
Yeah, you're on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah. At Bitcasa and Facebook, Bitcasa. So.
And you'll be on Google Plus soon, probably.
Probably, yeah. As soon as they're able to do my my company account, I can't do that yet. Yeah, nice. Google, take care of me. What's going on? Thanks.
You said there was
I told you there was something amazing, and I didn't even show you.
What's that?
All right. So we've got this versioning thing. Let me do this. So we go to manage. This is like brand new. This is absolutely brand new. So what we do is that since we're not only just saving all your data, we're saving every single version of it.
So we have this.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we have this amazing.
So if I update PowerPoint 20 times, I can go back to the third time.
Yep. So look at this. So you see this? You see
Yep.
this folder? I'm gonna skip to an old version. All right. You see it change?
Yeah.
The folder actually changed. So I have a timeline here that gives me all the different versions, so I can literally go back and forth in time, and the folder changes in real time. So if I delete a document or update a document, just move this timeline back, and I have access to it instantly.
That's killer. Versioning. That brings in, can I share folders with a coworker?
Yes.
How do I do that?
Right click, it gives you a link that you copy. They click on once they get it, they click on the link and it shows up as a folder on their desktop.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So Rocky and I could share folders, and I could put like a 10 gigabyte file in there.
Sizes, it's instant. Sizes. So we stream the data in real time. There's no, hey, I have to upload it there, you gotta wait a few minutes. It's literally instant. Any size file. Like some of the files that are, that are here are multi-gigabyte files.
Yeah.
I mean, we are completely. This has not existed. This is new.
Right. Well, I'm going to hook up my hard drives and start going. Get ready. Better have a bank of hard drives at your data center. Get ready. So, thanks.
No problem.